ones lost, and the heroes who gave their lives to save others. Thanks so much for being here. I am Marty Radovanek, and when we talk about the heroism of that day, none stands out as much as the 40 people aboard United Flight 93. It's because of their decision to fight back that the terrorists were unsuccessful at hitting their fourth target after they had already crashed planes into the Twin Towers in Manhattan and the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. And we begin tonight in Somerset County, where, as it is every year, a memorial service held this morning. Maggie Smolka is live at the Flight 93 memorial site, not far from where that plane, actually, you can see it from where that plane was brought down. Maggie?
Well, Marty, throughout the years, I've talked to a lot of first responders from this day, and they say that it all started as a normal day. It was sunny, beautiful, blue skies, but then they got that call about a plane down, a call that would not only change their lives, but the lives of this nation forever. The site, as you mentioned, you are seeing it right here. That is where the plane hijacked by terrorists came down 22 years ago. This once common field, forever a field of honor. Now, beside it is the wall of names. And then there's a gate where only family members and invited guests can enter to that sacred ground. Showing you now the scene from 2 decades ago. This is what the aftermath looked like. First responders arriving to a huge hole in the ground, but no plane. You could only see the outline of the wings, but only pieces of it would be recovered. Now, this became one of the longest held crime scenes in Pennsylvania history. And as crews investigated, they would quickly learn the story behind the 40 brave men and women who sacrificed their own lives to stop terrorists from reaching our nation's capital. Many making final phone calls to loved ones before deciding to overtake that plane. And it is because of those 40 brave men and women, and it is because of the countless lives lost that day, that we continue sharing their story, making sure that this nation never forgets this day in history. And of course, there is a push now for the younger generations to learn about this day. And Jillian, you were learning what they're doing.
Yes, Maggie. So this educational program has just started this year. Now, they already had 18,000 students be involved, 30 states, and even 2 schools from Canada. The educational session included videos with the family members of Flight 93, the passengers, and crew. It also included a virtual tour of the memorial and an opportunity for students to conduct their own investigation of what happened on Flight 93. The learning experience will now be continuing for years going forward.
Here, our curriculum was kind of rudimentary about the events of September 11th and the 3 attack sites. And then we plan to continue to build on that curriculum each year so that we are adding more modules for students to be able to view.
Now, this National Learning Day will be continuing as years go on for the future generations to never forget the gravity of this travesty. Reporting live from Flight 93 Memorial, I'm Jillian Haggerty. Back to you, Marty.
Jillian, thanks so much. Students at Bald Eagle Area School District are advocating for another 9/11 memorial, the Freedom Flag, to become a national symbol of remembrance of that fateful day. And Maria Cade has more on that.
None of these students were alive when it happened.
22 years ago, the country was forever changed on 9/11. The students who now walk through the halls of Bald Eagle Area School District did not experience that fateful day, but they are coming together to never forget.
We are gathered here today to raise the freedom flag in remembrance of almost 3,000 lives lost.
Each school building now flying that flag. Bald Eagle is only the second school district in the state to do so.
It really is an honor for us to have it, and I think this is a district that really values our freedom and is very patriotic and really values the people who have fought for our country.
Getting the flags to the school began almost a year ago, with the high school's history club researching and learning about the significance of the flag.
I went to a board meeting that actually helped us get the freedom flag and bring it here. We helped set up the slideshow to help talk about the freedom flag and what it stands for.
The flag features 10 elements, all representing 9/11. It's not the only item that holds special significance at the school. An educational initiative through the Freedom Flag Foundation has brought a piece of the World Trade Center to Bald Eagle.
The president of the organization gained this piece of metal from the World Trade Center from a bigger organization. And whenever he received the piece, he actually found out that it was a piece of the tower that was holding up his friend who died that very day.
Now, the History Club leaders are working to spread the word about the flag to Pennsylvania's state officials.
I think if the entire country all has the same symbol of remembrance, I think it will really be uniting for us.
Reporting in Center County, Maria Cade, WTAJ News.
President Biden was unable to make it back from his overseas trip in time for the annual ceremonies. Instead, he marked the somber occasion at a military base in Alaska.
We never forget. We're never afraid. We endure. We overcome. We are the United States of America. And there's nothing, literally, historically, nothing has been beyond our capacity when we set our mind to it together.
In his place, Vice President Kamala Harris represented the administration at the remembrance ceremony in New York City, where, just like Flight 93, the names of the victims were read and bells marked moments of silence that continued throughout the day. New York City's mayor reflected on the day at the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum.
It's more than just what happened on that day. I think we need to lean into what happened on September 12th, as I indicate over and over again. We got up, and we continue to push through, and we're going to continue to do so.
Pushing forward as a nation was also the message spread at this morning's ceremony at the Pentagon.
The United States rose from the ashes of the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field in Pennsylvania to show the world that we were still standing, that we could not be toppled, that terror would never destroy us.
Officials also laid a wreath in honor of the 184 lives lost on American Airlines Flight 77, followed by a moment of silence and the playing of taps. If you missed any of our 9/11 remembrance coverage, just head over to our website, WTAJ.com. You'll find the full Flight 93 ceremony and other related stories there.
From WTAJ, your weather authority, here's your weather now.
Well, the view from here, the Skynet view that is, brought to you by Fiore. That Hollidaysburg is looking very nice. We've got a fair sky, almost clear right here, but just a tranquil setup here as we head into the evening hours. Mid-70s in Altoona, now low 70s for Somerset and Johnstown, 73 for you in St. Mary's, and we're in the 70s, 75 degrees, very comfortable there in State College. Although you can see a little bit of a mix of dew point temperatures. Altoona, we're in the 50s, but State College, you're hanging on to a little bit more of a muggy feel as low pressure has just departed from our area. Some areas drying quicker than others, but we'll see dry conditions tonight and then more changes to talk about, right? We're quiet across Pennsylvania now, but we're watching this next weather maker across the Midwest. We're looking dry and staying comfortable into the 50s tonight, but there will be some areas of fog to wake up to. Then we see the rain chances, and then it turns way cooler. I'll let you know how cool coming up. Marty?
Christopher, thanks. 3 men from South Carolina in jail in Blair County after police say they found them with drugs and loaded guns in a U-Haul truck over the weekend. There are the names of the 3 on your screen. Freedom Township police say they pulled the 3 men over when their truck didn't have any rear lights on. Said they could smell marijuana coming from the truck. And after they got a search warrant, officers found marijuana, LSD, a stolen credit card, and the guns. A Huntington County man dead after crashing his car over the weekend. Police say 21-year-old Reed Peck was driving on North Point Road Sunday morning in Juniata Township when the car veered off for an unknown reason, went down an embankment, overturned, and hit a tree. Peck was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Mount Nittany Health now has a new way for its patients to make same-day appointments. People can self-schedule appointments online for themselves and their children for things like sore throat, muscle aches, flu symptoms, and more. Adults also have the option to schedule a telehealth appointment. Speak with a doctor through a video call. They can talk about symptoms and concerns, receive prescriptions, and more. Still to come tonight, area high school students helping to work on a special way to honor the heroes of 9/11 and veterans. Plus, lawmakers hope to change Pennsylvania's 911 law to deal with concerns from emergency responders.
At Joel Confer Toyota, we're more than just a full-service dealership. For over 40 years, we've provided the utmost customer service while serving our local communities. Stop in today and let Michael King help you find your next Toyota vehicle. Visit our showroom at Joel Confer Toyota of State College.
Need material ideas for your new deck? Your building centers have the best options for the look you want. See a variety of composite decking materials and colors from Trex. Composite decking is made from recycled material and requires less maintenance. Trex deck boards won't rot, warp, or splinter, providing years of use for your new outdoor living area. For one-on-one help for contractors and homeowners, head into your building centers and visit us online at ybconline.com.
The best Labor Day mattress event ever has just been extended at Levin. This is your time to buy and save. Take an extra 25% off every Sealy Posturepedic Serta and Ultra Premium Grand Legacy Hybrid and get the box spring free. Our best savings ever on Tempur-Pedic Purple and Simmons Beauty Rest Black. Plus 0% interest up to 5 years. Rest test a Beauty Rest and enter to win free groceries and gas for a year. Labor Day extended at Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
At Joel Confer Toyota, we're more than just a full-service dealership. For over 40 years, we've provided the utmost customer service while serving our local communities. Stop in today and let David Lannon help you find your next Toyota vehicle. Visit our showroom at Joel Confer Toyota of State College.
I'm Andrew Clay. And I'm Ryan Riskey. Join us for Nittany Nation Game Day. The Nittany Lions open up Big Ten play with a road trip to take on the Fighting Illini. With everything you need for game day. WTAJ's Nittany Nation Game Day, Saturday morning at 11:30.
Brought to you by Sisney and O'Donnell. Martin Appliance and Water Conditioning, conveniently located off the Pinecroft exit in Altoona. Live from your news leader, Maggie Smolka, Marty Radovanik, and weather with meteorologist Christopher Nellen. WTAJ News at 6 continues.
More than just a painting, people in Phillipsburg will soon see a mural that will honor veterans. Students from Phillipsburg, Osceola getting the chance to contribute to that mural today. Tristan Kleinfelter reports.
I've always liked to give a brush to the kids.
A mural to showcase veterans ranging from the American Revolution to the War on Terror. Students from the Phillipsburg Osceola High School art class got the chance to work on part of the mural depicting 9/11.
We thought that this would be a great opportunity for them to sort of reflect on the events of that day and also to contribute to a great piece for the community.
Edders hopes kids will learn and see what they're able to contribute to the community.
I feel like I like to draw and I like to paint, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for all of us to, show our community that we can, we're artists.
Kids are really interested, even if adults don't always think they are. They're very interested in their history and in their community and learning about that. So I've always liked to give a brush to the kids so that they can contribute in a very positive way to their community.
Many hope the mural will bring more life to the borough.
So this is going to be a way to not just honor our veterans, but a way to enhance and beautify Phillipsburg Borough.
Honestly, the murals really changed the perspective of the town from not only the people that lived there, but even from those that lived around or outside of there. And it started to attract people to come into their community.
The mural will be located at the American Legion Post 437. The hope is for it to be complete by the end of this month. In Phillipsburg, Tristan Kleinfelter, WTAJ News.
State senators meeting to talk about changes to Pennsylvania's 911 law. The state's current law expires in January. If it's not reauthorized by lawmakers and the governor, it would shift the burden of funding the 911 system to the counties, and a bill in the House would increase funding to the 911 system. Lawmakers also heard from emergency responders on challenges like new technology and staffing, saying the 911 system is a critical link and resource. System takes 15 million calls a year, which comes out to one call every 2 seconds. But the last major change was in 2015. Chester County prison escapee Danilo Cavalcante has a new appearance. He's got new clothes. He's now clean shaven, and law enforcement continue to search in a new area as the manhunt nears the 2-week mark. They say there's still no signs that Cavalcante has left Pennsylvania, but they are prepared for a national search. They say their manpower has doubled and about 600 people are now looking for Cavalcante.
We remain concerned that Cavalcante will attempt to steal another vehicle to facilitate his escape. As a reminder, we ask for the public's help by familiarizing themselves with the updated photographs and description of Cavalcante, to check security cameras they have, and to call us immediately if they believe they may have seen him.
Chester County has also increased the reward for information to $25,000. A state police spokesperson says officers are authorized to use deadly force if they find Cavalcante and he does not surrender. Christopher.
Marty, we're talking about quiet weather here across central Pennsylvania. Beautiful evening here in Huntington, and then we're talking rain chances, and then cooling down. I'll break that down coming up.
WTAJ and our partners invite you to be our guest. Enjoy the area's best food and drink at 50% off. Tune in Thursday for Studio 814 and our weekly featured partner. Purchase $50 gift certificates for only $25 and be our guest. At Plaza Azteca, you can enjoy their award-winning food and fresh cocktails like their famous margaritas. Plaza Azteca ensures a truly memorable experience. Check out Plaza Azteca this Thursday on Studio 814's Be Our Guest. Go to WTAJ.com for details.
Park Home Labor Day sale extended through Monday. Take $250 off every $1,000 you spend, plus 72-month special financing. Reclining sofa $698, two-piece sectional $998, triple choice queen mattresses $698. Huge appliance savings. Plus, we not only price match, we guarantee the lowest prices, $250 off, plus 72-month special financing. Labor Day sale extended through Monday at Park Home, Altoona and Johnstown.
Park Home, come fall in love.
People who have experienced any kind of domestic violence, sexual assault, or stalking often have unique healthcare needs. Center Safe and Center Volunteers in Medicine are partnering to help survivors easily get the care they are searching for. If you are a survivor or want to help a survivor, get counseling, behavioral health, dental or medical assistance. We are here to help you. Center Safe and Center Volunteers in Medicine resources are only a phone call or click away. We are here for you.
I'm Amanda Bonison of Burger and Green. We can help you apply for Social Security disability benefits. If you cannot work, apply now. Call Burger and Green today for help with your application. Our experienced lawyers guide you through every step of the application and appeals process. We can file your appeal and begin working on your case right away. There is no fee unless you get benefits.
Trust the name you know. Burger and Green, the disability lawyers. 1-800-999-2626.
Now your Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Christopher Nellen.
All right, bring you to our Skynet view here in Huntington, where we're just seeing a mostly sunny sky with some fair clouds there in the distance, but it's a dry evening and it's just feeling more fall-like, especially as we head into the evening hours. After sundown, those temperatures will cool pretty quickly. And then we're going to be seeing some areas of fog. But let's bring you to the tropics really quick here. Hurricane Lee is still churning here over the Atlantic after strengthening a lot last week, then weakening, and now in the strengthening phase again. And we're going to watch the storm itself turn more up towards Bermuda, but just coming to the west of Bermuda, and then north it goes, dead north as it looks right now. Potentially that could impact New England's coastline or not, depending on how the movement is going to be figured out here over time. We'll be watching this close, but this is Hurricane Lee's projected track as of right now. Gusts, not much of a thing here when we talk wind, right? It is nice and light coming in out of the northwest, and it's a pleasant breeze too. With that breeze, we're seeing dew point numbers drop here into the 50s. Air temperatures also low in middle 70s at this hour here all across central PA. So dry conditions tonight, rain chances late Tuesday, then that pleasant air mass is going to sink in, and it's dry for the time being. So we're going to see a nice pleasant night, but the next weather maker is to our west, and that's going to send in some shower chances, especially as we head into tomorrow. Then And after that, it's going to cool these things down. The numbers are going to be noticeably cooler in the coming days. Low pressure moves in. We start out nice and dry. You'll see that sunshine, pretty bright start to your Tuesday into the afternoon. We're also pretty dry until about 3-4 p.m. Some of our western communities will see a couple of showers popping up, but I think most of us see some showers throughout the early evening hours. Then those showers break down, and then we see cooler, lower dew points coming our way into the next several days. So it's going to be really great outdoorsy weather ahead. We'll be in the mid-50s into our northern communities tonight, upper 50s around State College and Altoona. Clouds increase in the afternoon after a warm day. And then we go forward. Showers around Tuesday night, maybe a leftover shower Wednesday, but then clearing Wednesday and cooler over the next few days. Overnight temps will then return into the 40s.
WTAJ Sports with Ryan Risky.
Penn State's depth was on display during their 63-7 rout of Delaware on Saturday. Many of the 2s and 3s on the depth chart got a lot of significant playing time. Nittany Nation reporter Andrew Clay reports how valuable it was for the Nittany Lions to get around 54 players in game action.
Saturday's 63-7 blowout over Delaware came as no surprise for the Nittany Lion fans as Penn State moves to 2-0 ahead of next week's Big Ten opener. As expected, Coach James Franklin emptied his bench in the win. 54 players, give or take a few, got into the victory, and it wasn't just for a drive or two. Nittany Lions backups played extensive minutes in the second half. Backup quarterback Bo Prabula led a couple scoring drives. He said Saturday's reps are invaluable.
I think it's really helpful, just not just getting one drive, but coming off and talking about it, and then defense gets stopped, we're on the field. It's just kind of getting into that game flow. I think that's really important, and it helps the 2s and 3s get ready for real game action.
Minnesota transfer and Williamsport native Trey Potts also saw significant reps, carrying the ball 7 times for 59 yards in what was a more than 300-yard performance from the Penn State backs. Penn State now sets its eyes on Illinois next week at noon. It's Big Noon kickoff in Champaign. In University Park for your Nittany Nation, I'm Andrew Clay.
The start of the season couldn't have gone much worse for the Pittsburgh Steelers as they got their throat kicked in on both sides of the ball. Not much went right during their 30-7 loss to the San Francisco 49ers. During the preseason, Kenny Pickett and the first-team offense scored a touchdown on every drive, but in Week 1, the offense faltered, putting up just 7 points and only recording 239 yards of total offense while turning the ball over twice. Pickett was not sharp as he only threw for 232 yards with 1 touchdown and throwing 2 interceptions and was sacked 5 times. Adding to the offensive struggles was the inability to move the ball. The Steelers went 3 and out on their first 5 drives and didn't pick up a first down until the final minute of the second quarter.
San Fran's starting defense is a little bit better than some teams in the preseason we played. They're a good team, but we at the end of the day we didn't execute anywhere near at the level that we need to, that we want to. So have to get a lot better. We wanted to get out fast. We didn't do that. Obviously, playing behind against a really good team, you're putting yourself in a hole that we can't do. So moving forward, we can't allow that to happen.
After allowing 30 points on Sunday, the Steelers' defense will be taking a hit as they will be without defensive lineman Cam Hayward for the next 8 weeks. Early in the game, Hayward injured his groin, and he will have to have surgery to repair it. He's likely going on the injured reserve. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Tonight on WTAJ, spend the evening with the neighborhood and Bob Hertz Abishola, followed by NCIS Hawaii and NCIS Los Angeles. Then it's WTAJ News at 11. Tonight's lineup is brought to you by Park Home.
So many commercials from local window companies seem to say the same thing. So, how can you tell them apart? Hi, I'm Linda Johnston with Renewal by Andersen of Central PA. A lot of those companies are just repeating what we've been saying and doing since 1995. And when they imitate us, it only makes it harder for you to choose a trustworthy company. Well, here are some things those other companies can't say. Renewal by Andersen is the full-service replacement window division of Andersen. Our windows and doors have over 120 years of engineering behind them, and we don't sell vinyl windows because they are just not a long-term solution. We build our windows with our composite material, Fibrex. It's beautiful, strong, energy efficient, and exclusively ours. No other local replacement window company has Fibrex. And did you know that some of those other companies around here are just window brokers. Sure, they sell windows, but they use a separate company to actually build them. Renewal by Andersen custom builds all our windows specific to your home. And we don't let just anyone install our windows and doors. We use certified master installers, handpicked and trained by us. And our windows, doors, and installation all come with the nation's best warranty. Book an appointment today and discover why we have more 5-star reviews than other leading full-service window replacement companies. We're Renewal by Andersen.
Before September 30th, save 20% on windows, save 20% on patio doors, and save 20% on entry doors with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. This offer ends September 30th. For a free appointment with Renewal by Andersen, call 814-263-5200.
Spitzer Auto World of St. Mary's is a proud sponsor of WTAJ News. WTAJ News continues.
All right, one more day that's going to be a little bit warmer than average, not by much though, then cooling down after that as we are going to be near average. In fact, some nights in the 40s to come. So get ready for a feeling like a fall situation.
Christopher, thanks. That's all the time we have. We're back tonight at 11. Hope you are as well.
Coldwell Banker Town & Country Real Estate has been guiding you home since 1973.
Mitsubishi builds it, you want it, and 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona has got it. Mirage G4 Outlander Sport, Eclipse Cross, 7-passenger Outlander, and 7-passenger Outlander plug-in hybrid, all in stock and ready to go. Take up to $10,499 off your new Mitsubishi only at 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. Yep, $10,499 off only at the Mitsubishi Giant.
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
Experience the performance of Toyota Camry, from TRD to all-wheel drive and hybrid, with comfort and control. To travel your way and arrive in style. Right now, buy a Camry and get $750 finance cash. Toyota, let's go places.
Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Fitter. They removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now, getting in and out is a breeze. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit, plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, life is so much easier with a shower we love.
Don't wait. Call right now and pay no interest for 24 months. Find out why Bath Fitter is the perfect fit.
You ride life at full throttle, run wide open from start to finish. You're an adrenaline junkie. On or off the road, Yamaha builds it. You want it? 5-star Power Sports has got it. Destination Duncansville. 5-star's got a huge selection of Yamaha bikes, quads, side-by-sides, watercrafts, snowmobiles, plus parts and accessories. Huge selection means high volume. High volume means super low prices. 5-star's got the best buying and ownership experience you'll ever have.
5-star Power Sports. You were born ready for this.
When ordering the best Big Mac ever made in all of Big Mac history, with more special sauce in every bite, expect some unexpected company. He does this all the time.
Try McDonald's best burgers ever. Right now, enjoy 2 Big Mac sandwiches and a basket of our world-famous fries for just $9.99.
There's something that we have never done before.
Here we go. Let's get into it.
Go!
Oh my God!
I don't know if I've ever seen this much energy.
Tonight,
The desperate search for survivors as the death toll in Morocco nears 3,000. The unfolding humanitarian crisis with hundreds of thousands left without electricity, food, and water. Here are tonight's headlines. Rescue teams finally get to the hardest hit areas, the moments people are pulled from the rubble, as some residents are forced to dig with their own hands to find loved ones.
And if there was anyone to save, locals tell us they had to save themselves.
Prison escapee Danilo Cavalcante has a new appearance, and officials are also searching a new area.
Over the weekend, he stole a van.
The new forecast for Hurricane Lee just in. New England cities like Boston now in its path. Breaking news, the American trapped in a Turkey cave has just been rescued. The new details.
Michigan State head football coach Mel Tucker has been suspended following claims of sexual harassment.
The nation remembers September 11th, 22 years later, as President Biden draws criticism for breaking tradition. Plus, F-16 fighter pilots whose mission it was to protect the nation's airspace honor the heroes of United Flight 93.
They shouldn't have had to have made the choice to sacrifice their lives.
And Coco Gauff goes from dancing in the stands a decade ago to winning her first Grand Slam title.
Your 2023 U.S. Open Women's Singles Champion, Coco Gauff.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Monday night. And we begin tonight overseas with a race against time as rescue teams in Morocco scour the rubble in a furious search for survivors. The area's strongest earthquake in more than a century has killed nearly 3,000, with thousands more injured. But those numbers are expected to rise in the hours and days ahead. The destruction and devastation are beyond words, with at least 100,000 children impacted by the disaster, and that's according to UNICEF. The epicenter of the 6.8 quake is located in the country's high Atlas Mountains, where buildings crumbled and left communities cut off from the outside world. Villagers are digging by hand or shovels because getting heavy equipment into these remote areas has been nearly impossible. International aid groups, including specially trained dogs, have joined local rescue efforts. We have a lot of news to bring you, and CBS's Chris Livesay will start us off tonight from the village of Moulay Brahmin. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Nora. We're still in that crucial time known as the golden period, the best window for finding people who may still be alive trapped beneath the rubble. But now, more than 72 hours since the quake, that window is closing.
Day 3 of the rescue effort, with Moroccans clinging to the hope of finding survivors. But with every body removed from the rubble, hope is slipping through the blistered fingers they've been digging with. Across Morocco, footage captures the moment this North African country erupted into panic, and now into a race as they search for the living and grieve for the dead. In the town of Talat al-Kaoub, young Maout al-Atnasser weeps over the death of his little brother, just 7 years old. I thank God for the beautiful memories I have of him, says his father, Brahim. They're all I have left of him. The heartache and destruction are worst here in the remote high Atlas, where twisting roads, steep cliffs, and rustic dwellings, the very things that make these mountains so jaw-dropping, made the earthquake and its aftermath so deadly.
Many of these homes are made out of mud bricks, so they don't just collapse, they crumble, and they don't leave any air pockets for survivors who tend to just choke to death on the dust. And if there was anyone to save, locals tell us they had to save themselves.
The walls were shaking. I thought I was going to die, says Aisha Lachgar. A boulder smashed my leg. Thank God my son rescued me from the rubble. Towns are cut off and survivors forced to sleep on the streets. We feel completely abandoned here, says Kaida Atlikid. No one has come to help us. Aid has been slow to trickle in, and the government hasn't allowed many foreign crews in. So much of the relief effort has relied on locals like these, driving back and forth to the grocery store in Marrakesh, more than 30 miles away, to bring food, water, and supplies. 85-year-old Saida Ben Stildne wonders who would still be alive if the government had sent help quickly. Dozens of people died here, she says. They didn't have to.
Now, Morocco has been delivering aid, but this is a lot of remote ground to cover. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. is standing by, ready to give help of its own, but Morocco has yet to accept that offer. Nora?
That has frustrated some nations. Chris Livesay, thank you. Well, now to the new track of the Category 3 Hurricane Lee as it barrels across the Atlantic. And now for the first time, the United States is in the path of a possible landfall. Meteorologist Chris Warren from our partners at the Weather Channel has this very latest forecast. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Nora. Lee remains a powerful Category 3 hurricane, and more of the U.S. now in the cone. As of the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, it will be weakening as it moves north, but parts of Massachusetts, including Boston and even parts of Rhode Island in the cone. Here are the main drivers of this. High pressure weakening a bit, allowing for that turn to the north. How strong and how fast that dip in the jet stream comes through will determine ultimately where it goes, whether it's strong winds, heavy rain, large waves, more inland track or more offshore. Looking at dangerous rip currents and moderate waves still remains to be seen. But Nora, one thing is for sure, this is a big storm and there will be impacts.
Watching it so closely. Chris Warren, thank you. We turn now to breaking news in the dramatic rescue of an American caver from deep underground in Turkey, where he suffered a medical emergency 10 days ago. There's some good news. CBS's Ramy Inocencio is outside the cave where Mark Dickey just emerged. Good evening, Ramy.
And this is the moment we've been waiting and hoping for. Mark Dickey is finally emerging from the earth after the past 10 days. He's being hoisted up. After this, he'll be passed by human chain onto waiting doctors and then onto a helicopter to the nearest hospital.
Celebration, the moment American caver Mark Dickey emerged from the earth. Dickey's ordeal started 10 days ago while helping map Turkey's Morja cave. He was hit with severe gastrointestinal bleeding and vomiting, leaving him on the edge of death, nearly 2/3 of a mile underground. Rescue teams first stabilized him, giving him fluids and 4 liters of blood before working to bring him out.
As you can see, I'm up, I'm alert, I'm talking, but I'm not healed on the inside yet, so I'm going to need a lot of help to get out of here.
Through 3 days and nights, 7 international teams of rescuers ferried him up more than 3,000 feet using no fewer than 70 rope systems. Most of the time, he was strapped to a stretcher, hooked up to an IV, and always with a medic at his side, navigating waterfalls, near freezing temperatures, and narrow passages, some widened with explosives. The final explosion on the surface of joy and welcome relief, a multinational mission finally ending in success.
And Mark Dickey will now be taking a helicopter to the nearest hospital in the town of Mersin. We were told that it would be a minimum of 4 days, a maximum of 2 weeks before he was rescued. They made it out in 3 days. Nora.
Just extraordinary. Ramy Inocencio, thank you so much. Back here at home, that convicted murderer on the loose has changed his appearance in an effort to evade capture. Danilo Cavalcante was seen over the weekend in haunting ring video outside of the police search area. And it comes 11 days after he escaped from a prison in Pennsylvania. CBS's Nikki Dementri has the new details.
This investigation has taken a change in direction.
Today, authorities announced they are upping the reward for Danilo Cavalcante's arrest to $25,000, hoping it will convince someone to come forward with information.
Now I believe it's advantage law enforcement because he's in an urban setting.
New surveillance images of Cavalcante were taken on Saturday from a doorbell camera as he unsuccessfully tried to seek help from 2 former co-workers. Looking different, clean-shaven and wearing a green hoodie, and nearly 50 minutes away from where police had been searching. State police have confirmed 12 sightings of Cavalcante in Chester County, which spans 750 square miles, but now say they don't have a defined search area.
I don't believe he has the resources to get out of Pennsylvania. And again, other pieces of information that we have generated within this investigation lead me to believe that he is still here.
Investigators believe Cavalcante slipped through their search perimeter over the weekend, then stole a dairy farm van with keys inside, which he abandoned after it ran out of gas.
We've always treated him as though he may be armed.
Cavalcante made the daring escape from prison in broad daylight after being sentenced to life for fatally stabbing his ex-girlfriend in front of her children. And tonight, frustration is mounting as he remains at large.
They need to bring the National Guard out now. Enough's enough.
Law enforcement says they've entered the long game in the search and that if and when Cavalcante is found, well, state police are authorized to use deadly force if he doesn't surrender. Nora?
Nikki Dementri with those new updates. Thank you. There's important news tonight about the new COVID shot, and it comes amid an uptick in cases and hospitalizations. Today, the FDA approved updated COVID vaccines made by Pfizer and Moderna. The boosters are designed to target the new dominant variant. If the CDC signs off as early as tomorrow, the new shots could roll out later this week. Tonight, one of the highest paid college football coaches is embroiled in a sexual misconduct scandal. Michigan State University suspended Coach Mel Tucker after a report that he sexually harassed a rape survivor. A note of caution, some of the details are disturbing. Here's CBS's Jerika Duncan.
Michigan State University head football coach Mel Tucker wrote to an investigator back in March that he, quote, did not engage in misconduct by any definition. That's according to an investigative USA Today report. But his accuser, Brenda Tracy, says that's not true.
We are focused on prevention work with men.
Tracy is the founder of a nonprofit organization hired by MSU to speak to the football team about preventing sexual violence. She claims Tucker masturbated while on the phone with her. She says it was not consensual. But in a statement to CBS, Tucker claims it was an entirely mutual, private event between two adults living at opposite ends of the country. Sunday afternoon, it was announced Tucker would be suspended without pay from his $95 million multi-year job.
The university's objective has been and remains focused on conducting a fair, thorough, and unbiased investigation.
MSU first became aware of the allegations in December of 2022. An internal independent investigation referred the case for an October hearing where both sides could present evidence. Tracy, who openly shares her story of being raped by football players in 1998, says Coach Tucker repeatedly asked to meet with her alone and if she would date him if he wasn't married, according to documents obtained by USA Today. She said, quote, it's like he sought me out just to betray me. According to Tucker, Tracy's attorney told him that he shouldn't lose his job over the allegations, but that it would take a lot of money to make it go away. And Nora, this comes after MSU, of course, was heavily criticized for their handling of gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar.
Quite a story. Jerika Duncan, thank you. Americans are marking 22 years since the September 11th attacks that killed nearly 3,000 people and forever changed our country and the world. President Biden took part in a memorial ceremony with troops and their families at a military base in Alaska while on his way home from the G20 summit. CBS's Nancy Cordes is at the White House on this day of remembrance.
The president, returning from Asia, marked this solemn day alongside service members in Anchorage, Alaska.
Each of those precious lives stolen too soon when evil attacked.
It is rare for a U.S. president to spend 9/11 far from the 3 crash sites. In his stead, the First Lady took part in a wreath-laying ceremony at the Pentagon, and the Vice President paid tribute at Ground Zero in Manhattan, where nearly 3,000 people lost their lives on that crisp September day in 2001.
Dad, I miss you. I think of you all the time.
And my poppy, Gerard Patrick Frank, firefighter from Rescue Company 3. I miss you and love you. I wish you guys would take me fishing.
Even now, 22 years later, DNA testing continues. Just last week, the remains of 2 more victims were finally identified. But 1,100 other families are still waiting for that closure.
22 years are like 22 seconds.
Before leaving Vietnam, President Biden stopped at another memorial, this one for his late longtime friend, Senator John McCain, who was famously shot down there in 1967 and imprisoned for more than 5 years. At meetings with world leaders in India and Vietnam, President Biden discussed ways to counter Chinese aggression, a growing concern in that part of the world.
I don't want to contain China. I just want to make sure we have a relationship with China that is on the up and up, squared away. Everybody knows what it's all about.
He may not want to contain China, but while he was abroad, President Biden did announce a series of economic initiatives that are all aimed at strengthening U.S. ties with many of China's neighbors. An unmistakable message to Chinese leaders, Nora.
Nancy Cordes at the White House. Thank you. Tonight, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un is on the move, on his way to Russia. That's according to the Pentagon. He's expected to meet with Vladimir Putin possibly as early as tomorrow. Those U.S. adversaries last met in 2019, and they are expected to discuss a fresh supply of weapons for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which would be in defiance of a UN embargo. A suspected cyber attack causes widespread problems at a major U.S. resort chain. That story is next.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. Sotyktu is the first of its kind once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding your back is back. Or finding psoriasis can't deny the splendor of these thighs. Once daily Sotyktu is proven to get more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. Ask your dermatologist about Sotyktu for clearer skin. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure complete balanced nutrition with 27 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Look at the skin, baby. She is glowing. She is one of one.
With new Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, 95% of women had visibly better skin.
My skin is so much more moisturized.
See the difference with Olay.
You weren't made for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, but Entyvio is. In clinical trials, Entyvio helped many people achieve long-term relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. Although unlikely, a risk of PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur. It's time to ask your healthcare provider about Entyvio. Go to Entyvio.com to learn more about the #1 prescribed biologic for Crohn's and UC.
Entyvio, Entyvio, Entyvio.
Tonight, the FBI is investigating a suspected cyber attack that forced MGM Resorts to shut down some of its hotel and casino computer systems. MGM says the incident started Sunday. Several guests tell CBS Las Vegas they were locked out of their hotel room and couldn't use credit cards at hotel restaurants. Casinos in Atlantic City and the National Harbor confirmed computer outages, but the extent of the issue isn't yet clear. All right, a dog that was missing for 3 weeks at the world's busiest airport is finally home. That's right, our exclusive video of Maya. And wait till you hear her story. That's next.
My name is Karan, and I'm from Brooklyn. I work for the City of New York as a police administrator. I oversee approximately 20 people, and my memory just has to be sharp. I always hear people say, when you get older, people lose memory. I didn't want to be that person. I decided to give Prevagen a try. My memory became much sharper. I remembered more. I've been taking Prevagen for 4 years now.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, things changed for me. Breztri gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Doors lead us to places we've never been. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. They can help you create a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income, and provide access to specialists who help with estate planning to look out for future generations. So you're not just growing and protecting your wealth, you're sharing it. Because doors were meant to be opened.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, for a better night's sleep. So now, he wakes up feeling like himself, the reigning Family Room middleweight champion. Better days start with ZQuil nights.
What's this?
That's for Pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's Fresh Pet. Real meat, real veggies.
It's dog food.
Fresh Pet. It's not dog food, it's food food.
Wanna Leave works all day, so I can keep working my magic. Just Wanna Leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve. Who do you take it for?
Celebrating our 70th anniversary. WTAJ, your news leader.
We can't take this heat anymore. We've got to call Smith Myers.
You shouldn't have to suffer through the heat. Call Smith Myers instead. A highly trained professional will come out to inspect and service your unit, getting you back to living comfortably. With various home care club plans, we have you covered all year long. When something goes wrong, call us first, hot or cold. Call Smith Myers Plumbing and Heating. We keep you comfortable. To learn more about our home care club plans, call or visit us today.
Out of this doggone mystery, a dog that apparently escaped from its crate and was lost for 3 weeks at the airport in Atlanta is finally back home with her owner. This CBS News exclusive video shows Maya the Chihuahua mix after she was reunited with one of her owners and got a final checkup before flying home to the Dominican Republic. She was found in an outdoor cargo area over the weekend. Delta says she appeared tired but in good health. Maya and her owner got separated during a layover. Now Maya's waggy tail has a happy ending. Coming up, we revisit the incredible story of 2 fighter pilots who were ready to take down an airliner on September 11th, and they were prepared to do it without missiles. That's next.
Imagine this, a mild to moderate eczema treatment that helps clear skin without pills, injections, or steroids. Imagine using one single cream to help kick the itch. No, it's not imaginary. It's Opzelura, eczema treatment reimagined. Opzelura is proven to help clear or almost clear skin and significantly reduce itch fast. Imagine that.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effect was the common cold.
Imagine an eczema treatment you can apply wherever you need it, like here and here. That's Opzelura. Relief reimagined. Ask your doctor about reducing eczema itch fast with Opzelura.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
I can't take my eyes off my eyes.
My go-to is Lumify eye drops.
Lumify dramatically reduces redness.
In 1 minute.
And look at the difference.
My eyes look brighter and whiter.
For up to 8 hours.
It was love at first sight.
With Lumify. See for yourself.
At Consumer Cellular, our customer service team is based here in America.
America?
America.
God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen again.
Now try new dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
Do you work here?
Nope. I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble. Nana.
She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit.
What?
Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played. Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
I got a good feeling about this. Yeah, I'm with it. I got a good feeling about this. Yeah, so let's get it. I'm feeling good vibes.
New only from SimpliSafe, 24/7 lifeguard protection. This exclusive technology allows SimpliSafe agents to help stop crime in real time.
Stop. Police are on their way.
For instant intruder deterrence and faster police response, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
My frequent heartburn had me taking antacid after antacid all day long. But with Prilosec OTC, just 1 pill a day blocks heartburn for a full 24 hours. For one and done heartburn relief, Prilosec OTC, 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's late night. Wake up, everybody.
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Hold on to your butts.
Weeknights on CBS.
Finally tonight, as we mark 22 years since the September 11th attacks, we wanted to revisit the story of 2 fighter pilots who were prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice to defend the nation's capital. Lieutenant General Mark Sassville and then First Lieutenant Heather Penny scrambled F-16s without time to load missiles, looking for a rogue aircraft like Flight 93. They knew they might need to ram the plane, a decision they never had to make.
When I think about the mission that we didn't have to do because the passengers on Flight 93 did, clearly not only does our nation owe so much to those heroes, but Sass and I owe our lives to them as well. They shouldn't have had to have made the choice to sacrifice their lives. But that's also why when I think of 9/11, instead of being overcome by the trauma and the horror and the tragedy, I'm actually overcome by hope because of the character and the bravery and the service to all of us that they demonstrated that day, and the other heroes of 9/11, the first responders and, you know, neighbors that opened up their homes to strangers. That the best of who we are was demonstrated on that day. And that's part of what I hope to live through my daily choices and to honor their legacy and their gift to us. So in some ways, living my life as normally as possible is the biggest way that we can say that the terrorists did not win.
And we remember the heroes of that tragic day and those who lost their lives. We leave you tonight with this video of a rainbow over Lower Manhattan, where the towers once stood. Just incredible. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell. Good night.
Tonight's witness, Leanne Rock. The wild ball number is 1. And now pick 2. 9, 6. Select tonight's pick 3. 7, 2, 6. Now select the pick 4. 5, 7, 1, 9. Pennsylvania Lottery drawings are independently audited by Zelenkovsky Axelrod. And next, pick 5. 93413. And now Cash 5 with Quick Cash. The numbers are 11, 42, 24, 21, 35, and now match 6. The numbers are 9, 11, 33, 49, 13, 32. Thanks for playing the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Coming up tonight on Fox 8 News at 10, remembering 9/11, how local communities are remembering the victims of those terrorist attacks over 2 decades later, and how students who were not alive during 9/11 are learning about it in the classroom today.
This is Fox 8 News, the place to be at 10 o'clock.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight on Fox 8 News at 10. I'm Nicole Ficino. It was 22 years ago today when passengers and crew members thwarted an attack on our nation's capital, instead crashing into a field in Somerset County. This year's ceremony held there was more scaled back than previous years, but just as impactful. Governor Josh Shapiro and Second Gentleman of the United States, Doug Emhoff, honored the passengers of Flight 93 this afternoon during a wreath-laying ceremony. Governor Shapiro was joined by his wife, Lori, as they made the walk to the site of impact afterwards. But before that, at the Flight 93 National Memorial, the 40 victims aboard the plane were honored for their heroism. Yasmin Rodriguez was at the ceremony this morning and has more.
Remembering the honor and valor of these 40 lives tragically lost here 22 years ago today at the Flight 93 National Ceremony this morning.
And thank you for joining us for this moment of remembrance.
The ceremony began this morning at 9:45, about 15 minutes before Flight 93 crashed in Stony Creek Township, with remarks from the park superintendent, Stephen Clark, who delivered a powerful quote from former President George Bush.
For generations, people will study the flight, the story of Flight 93. They will learn that individual choices make a difference, that love and sacrifice can triumph over evil and hate, and that what happened above this Pennsylvania field ranks among the most courageous acts in American history.
And those courageous passengers and the flight crew remembered by the reading of their names and the ringing of the ceremonial bells. Some friends and family members in attendance Monday morning to read the names of loved ones they've lost. Something new this year was a private wreath-laying ceremony for family and friends of the passengers and crew, which was immediately followed by the reading of the names.
So that allows visitors that are coming to the site to participate not just in the morning observance ceremony, but also in a wreath-laying ceremony in the afternoon at 2 o'clock.
But it wasn't just park officials, friends, and families at the ceremony. There was also members of the Association of Flight Attendants who come together and unionize.
And we have made a commitment to never forget, which is why we're here at the Flight 93 Memorial and why we attend memorials all across our nation, to stand together shoulder to shoulder in remembrance of our sisters, brothers, union siblings, and the heroes of 9/11 who we lost.
The association has representatives who travel to memorials all across the country to keep the commitment of storytelling alive and to share this with the next generation.
We will not allow their memories to be shrouded in hate. We will come together and shine light in the darkness and bring everyone together for goodness, hope, peace, and a stronger future.
And after Monday, preparations for next year's Remembrance ceremony begins.
So we start on September 12th to start planning for the next year with all the videos that we've recorded to air for schools. We started recording them almost immediately, and to really hit the ground running. We plan everything and every detail is perfect for the next year.
Reporting at the Flight 93 National Memorial, I'm Yasmin Rodriguez.
And just across the road from the National Memorial is the Remember Me Rose Garden. Organizers say it's a living tribute to the crew and passengers of Flight 93. The 13-acre site features over 1,000 flowers and offers visitors a tranquil place for remembrance. Also on the site, the original cross that stood at the first temporary Flight 93 memorial. They're also planning a Jewish garden for the 4 Jewish men who were aboard the plane when it was hijacked, one of which was stabbed to death by the terrorists for his Jewish faith.
There's just a lot of heroism that took place that needs to be remembered, and this is a good place to do it because there's healing here.
Organizers say the Jewish garden will feature roses from Israel. They hope to have it completed by next year. Tony, luckily it was a beautiful day out there today for all of those outdoor memorial ceremonies.
Yeah, Nicole, the weather not too dissimilar earlier this morning from 22 years ago. It was sunny. It was clear throughout much of the morning. We had some cloud cover come through around midday. That's moved off to the east. Beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening. It is cooler tonight compared to last night. Some slightly cooler, slightly drier air moving in after the muggy stuff that we had Friday, Saturday, and even yesterday with those late afternoon and evening showers and thunder showers. Today, with the lower dew points coming in, disturbed weather moving off to the east. Temperatures between 4 and 8 cooler in most spots compared to 24 hours ago. Right now, primarily low 60s, but down to 57 already in Somerset. Dew points falling nicely today, mid and upper 50s right now, and that's going to be our nighttime lows overnight. If you thought it felt better out there today, it did, but wait until you see what's coming later in the week. It's all behind this cold front, which right now is producing a few showers from Michigan down to around St. Louis. Once this goes through, fall coming in for the end of the week. I'll show you how much cooler it's going to get coming up.
Teachers are incorporating lessons about the September 11th terrorist attacks, teaching the new generation about its significance. Stoker Wyzorek tells us how they're doing it.
You might be able to recall where you were and what you were doing when the September 11th terrorist attacks were happening. This is something that many children today perhaps did not experience.
Surprisingly, even from around this area, there were a few kids that didn't even know what Flight 93 was.
School teachers in our area gave me mixed answers of whether students were engaged in learning about the September 11th terrorist attacks. Conemaugh area high school teacher Taylor Hrabowski says he notices a disconnect from younger students who may have not had the chance to experience something of this scale. He says some details of the terrorist attacks have been removed from the lessons because of how new and how much of this information is to some young minds.
It's really all about teaching kids that are born like in the 2000s and beyond what exactly happened and why it's affected how we exist today. For example, airport security, the Patriot Act, we talked about that today, how that came about because of 9/11.
Windber Middle School teacher Noelle Scanlon says her students were eager to learn both what happened and, more importantly, why.
Something I did talk to them about, I said that most adults in your life probably remember like where they were at and what they were doing on 9/11. They'll probably have an event in their lives where they remember what they were doing, where they were. It's kind of like a generational thing, I think.
U.S. Congressman Andrew Garbarino says there are currently only 14 states that require students to be educated on the events of September 11, 2001, Pennsylvania not being one of them. Memorial directors say they recognize the importance of education on this topic.
We've observed over the years that many of the people who come for the observance ceremony are people who lived the day, and they come here to pay their respects. What we need to do is find a way to connect with the next generation, and we're doing that today with the National Day of Learning.
The National Park Service says that Teach to Remember program has 18,000 students, 30 states, and 2 Canadian schools engaged.
And at Penn State, a field of small American flags marked today's anniversary. There are 2,977 of them, one for each 9/11 victim. The flags are placed on the old main lawn by the university's College Republicans organization. They say the flags remember and honor the 9/11 victims, along with showing they didn't die in vain. Coming up after the break, the latest from the Du Bois City Council meeting that was held tonight.
This team just got stronger.
At Edgar Snyder & Associates, giving back is always the winning play.
We love partnering with sports stars to help charities big and small.
And now Kenny Pickett has joined our team to help us do even more.
I'm teaming up with Edgar Snyder & Associates and Connecting Champions. Connecting Champions asks kids and young adults with cancer, what are you passionate about? Then connects them with mentors to be with them through their cancer journey.
Learn more at edgarsnyder.com/givingback.
When adventure calls, answer in a Toyota RAV4. Equipped for a range of capability, ample cargo space, and to keep you connected. Right now, buy a RAV4 with low APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Ready, set, go.
Education is not a game. It's our children's future. And it's time to level up. The Pennsylvania Cyber Charter School is a tuition-free public school connecting your student to endless opportunities both in person and virtually. Pioneers of online instruction, PA Cyber provides well-rounded school experience beyond the computer screen. Be virtually awesome. Start your PA Cyber journey today.
If you're turning 65 or retiring soon, it's time to consider your Medicare options.
I picked Geisinger Gold because I've always had Geisinger, and I would trust them with my life and my family.
Geisinger Gold Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 per month, with access to more than 29,000 doctors and 100 hospitals across Pennsylvania. Plus plan options that may include dental care, eyewear, and hearing benefits. If it's time for Medicare, learn about the many benefits of Geisinger Gold.
Onyx is one of the oldest, most trusted jewelry companies in the United States today.
Reputation is everything in our business.
We're a diamond store. We've sold more diamonds than any jeweler in central Pennsylvania. There's a reason for that.
Uncompromised customer service. Everyone on our staff will just bend over backward to make a customer happy. My brother and I are a great combination in the business.
Everybody who walks in the door has a different budget, a different idea, and we have to work with them to try to find the thing that
make her say yes. Make her say yes.
This news segment is brought to you by Homewood of Martinsburg. Choose excellence in rehab to get you back home.
Many questions are still left unanswered for the ongoing criminal investigation of suspended DuBois City Manager Herm Simplizio. That issue was not on the agenda of the DuBois City Council meeting that was held earlier tonight. Mayor Ed Walsh says nothing has happened since he first appeared in court 2 weeks ago. They still don't know when the next hearing will be. The council discussed the problems that the city has with their non-uniform pension program. The commissioners say the pension went from 78% funded in 2022 to 58% funded in 2023. He says this puts people in the danger zone of not getting paid. Council members talked about a meeting that the pension committee recently had, and their idea was to bring down the anticipated rate of return and get some expert help.
We would like to form a committee, maybe three people, ad hoc committee of, CPAs, financial advisors, MBAs, people in business, people that have worked with pensions, so we can have some knowledge.
The council voted to delay the vote on the pension committee's plan until the next meeting in 2 weeks. Center County's chief deputy coroner was killed over the weekend after being hit by a vehicle on Interstate 99. Investigators say Judith Pleskonko was reportedly traveling on the southbound lane of I-99 and was involved in a separate crash just moments before being struck. State police say the crash happened around 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon on I-99 in Blair County. She was pronounced dead at the scene of the accident. She's being described by some of her co-workers in Center County as an inspirational leader. Social media apps like Facebook have been filled with friends, family, and colleagues remembering her the past few days.
Losing one of our own is always different and difficult. She was a community leader here in our community. As far as I know, she's always lived in Phillipsburg.
She says there's something being planned for the community to pay their respects. So stay up to date on that by checking out the Moshannon Valley EMS Facebook page. More violations have been reported at the Equitrans Rager Mountain Gas Storage Facility in Cambria County. The facility is located in Jackson Township and is considered by some experts to be home to one of the world's worst climate disasters last year. Last week, the DEP issued notices of violation for, quote, failing to provide the DEP free and unrestricted access for the purpose of conducting inspections of assets owned and or operated by Equitrans. That's according to the Pennsylvania Environment Digest. This was the past November when a leak caused by corrosion released 1.1 billion cubic feet of natural gas into the atmosphere. Then in December, the DEP requested Equitrans to grant their inspectors access to the facility. The DEP stated last week that access had not yet been granted. A major court ruling in the proposed State College casino project looks to expedite a lot of the legal issues that have been raised since a license was approved for the casino. More now from Gary Sanderson.
When we last told you about the State College casino project, we described the resulting court cases as a three-ring circus. Now it's down to one ring, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Last week, in what's termed an extraordinary move, the Supreme Court basically consolidated the outstanding casino court challenges into one case that will be argued before the court. A series of arguments were scheduled for earlier this week in Commonwealth Court, but now they've all been canceled. Earlier this year, the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board approved a license for a mini casino to be located at the former Macy's site at the Nittany Mall. A competing casino operator, Stadium Casino LLC, that lost out on the State College site bid, filed suits challenging the license award and even the validity of the gaming board issuing the license. Plus, they raised the issue of further appeals that could delay a final court decision for years. The Supreme Court decision now avoids what's termed piecemeal litigation, along with using fewer court resources. Court approval for the casino project is crucial because a license approved cannot be issued until all appeals are resolved. There's no timetable for a Supreme Court ruling on the issue. In Center County, Gary Sanderson.
Tonight,
we remember 9/11 with the folks from the Patriot Park Foundation and a very special video compilation.
Watch Fox 8 News now, tonight following Fox 8 News at 10.
It's a bittersweet end to something that has taken Blair County by storm. The Altoona Curve celebrating its 25th anniversary, and we say goodbye to the Lozenak family who made this dream a reality. David Lozenak in the next edition of The Zone.
Kick off your season in a new Chevrolet from Memorial Highway Chevrolet. We have a winning team in both Somerset and Windber, ready to sell you your new vehicle.
Let us help you take it to the house with all trades and new vehicle purchases at Memorial Highway Chevrolet.
Meet anyone interesting lately? Join us Wednesdays on Fox 8 News Now as area people share coffee and their unique stories with Casey O'Day. Watch Coffee with Casey every Wednesday on Fox 8 News Now. Presented by Green Bean Coffee House, Altoona.
Park-Home Labor Day sale extended through Monday. Take $250 off every $1,000 you spend, plus 72-month special financing. Reclining sofa $698, two-piece sectional $998, triple choice queen mattresses $698. Huge appliance savings. Plus, we not only price match, we guarantee the lowest prices, $250 off, plus 72-month special financing. Labor Day sale extended through Monday at Park-Home, Altoona and Johnstown.
Park-Home, come fall in love.
FlexiBed Premier provides the comfort and flexibility to leave you feeling refreshed and energized after a restful night of sleep. Its whisper quiet action adjusts to fit your body with the touch of a button. This full-featured bed can be customized in hundreds of configurations, including several mattress options, 17 sizes, and your choice of wired or wireless remotes. Each FlexiBed is handcrafted by our skilled production team in North Georgia and has an industry-leading limited lifetime warranty. Call or visit Young American Furniture today.
At Long John Silver's, every bite is its own golden treasure. Thanks to thick, flaky Alaskan fish, hand-dipped in our signature batter and fried to golden perfection. Sail in for a $6 fish basket or order ahead at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah!
The best way to see the USA is in a Chevrolet, a Memorial Highway Chevrolet. We have a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Come see us in Winmer and Somerset to get your best deal.
Memorial Highway, easy to find way.
This segment is sponsored by Memorial Highway Chevrolet, the best way to see the USA.
Fox 8 weather.
And welcome back to the Fox 8 News at 10 o'clock. Johnstown Cam tonight. It is clear, calm, and quiet. Also, a good bit cooler than the last couple of nights. Most areas are between 4 and 8 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago, as we were seeing a slight reprieve on the humidity. And we're going to see an even bigger break coming later on in the week. So, topping our weather headlines, a bit less humid for now. Now, as we move into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, there will be a few showers crossing the area. This is with our next cold front. Now, behind the next front, we really see a big change coming in for the end of the week. It gets much less humid as we arrive into this time Wednesday, and it's going to stick around through the end of the week and right into the weekend. And with that, sunshine, full sun, in fact, coming up over the next couple of days, just like what we had about a week and a half or so ago, where we had a couple of days where there was not a cloud in the sky. We will be heading toward that direction again by Friday and into Saturday. Beautiful weekend on the way, by the way. Temperatures for lows earlier today, low 60s. Tomorrow morning will be in the upper 50s. By Wednesday night, Thursday morning, mid and upper 40s on the way. Highs earlier this afternoon, a few degrees either side of 75, pretty close to normal for this time of year. Satellite radar tonight, patchy clouds every once in a while rolling through from west to east. You notice here the radar site around State College, also the one around Pittsburgh. It looks like rain. What's going on here, the radar goes over to what's called clear air mode. So it goes into a very sensitive mode, and what you're seeing being picked up, likely gnats, flies, and mosquitoes around the radar site. Farther off to the west, here comes our next weather maker. Showers from Detroit southward towards St. Louis. That's our cold front that's going to bring in the fall-like air for the second half of the week. If you're not a fan of humidity, which we've had our fair share of it last couple of weeks, you're going to love what's coming in starting tomorrow night and moving into Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, upper 50s. Again, not too shabby. Better humidity levels than what we had last week, but they are elevated just a bit for this time of year. Upper 70s, near 80 for the afternoon. Scattered showers get going late tomorrow afternoon and continuing into tomorrow night. It's not going to rain constantly. Some spots will not have any rain at all. Hit and miss, widely scattered activity as we go throughout about a 12 to 15 hour window starting later tomorrow evening and going into early Wednesday. Cold front heads off to the east Wednesday afternoon, sunshine, upper 60s and low 70s with a good dose of sun coming in and a dry west-northwest flow. So as we move into Wednesday night, 46, 67 for the high on Thursday, mostly sunny. Wall-to-wall sun Friday and into Saturday. Daytime highs around 70, nighttime lows in the 40s. So if you are, let's say, have trouble breathing, trouble with the higher humidity, great weather coming in for the end of the week and heading into the weekend.
Finances can feel overwhelming, and whether retirement is just around the corner or many years away, the steps you take today can impact your financial security.
Remodel your finances today.
It's time to call a carpenter.
The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors. Or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Or get 0.9% APR, plus over 3,200 total trade assistance on 2023 Sierra Denali 5.3-liter V8 light-duty models. We are professional grade GMC.
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save on steel gas and battery blowers. Real STIHL. Find yours.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, our Highmark Whole Care plans offer our best benefits yet. So you can do more. Get over $1,600 a year for groceries, $400 for utilities, and $0 for covered prescriptions. Don't forget, Gateway Health is now Highmark Whole Care. Get a health plan you can depend on every day, in every way. Call now to sign up.
Hi, sports fans. Referee Rich, inviting you to join me in the zone. I'll talk with interesting sports people from all over.
Watch The Zone, presented by Champion Roofing, Friday at noon or after Fox 8 News at 10. Make the most of your money. Watch Fox 8 News now. Each Monday, Colony Realty Group presents Your Home Talks. And Casey O'Day gets the latest from area business professionals. Watch Money Monday, every Monday on Fox 8 News now. Presented by Colony Realty Group.
Finances can feel overwhelming, and whether retirement is just around the corner or many years away, the steps you take today can impact your financial security.
Remodel your finances today.
It's time to call a carpenter.
This news segment is sponsored by Fiore Furniture.
Police in Pennsylvania are expanding their search for escaped inmate and convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante. He's still on the loose after breaking out of the Chester County Prison near Philadelphia on August 31st. Authorities revealed yesterday that a doorbell camera captured Cavalcante on Saturday night at the home of a former co-worker. That location is about 25 miles away from the prison where he escaped. Cavalcante has been spotted more than 10 times since his escape. Police believe that he is still in the area.
I have no reason to believe that he is not. I don't believe he has the resources to get out of Pennsylvania. And again, other pieces of information that we have generated within this investigation lead me to believe that he is still here.
Meanwhile, immigration authorities have taken Cavalcante's sister into custody. Police say she is not cooperating with investigators looking for her brother, and she could soon face deportation.
Conditioning done right. Since 1947, we have always been there for our neighbors and friends. Reliable, prompt, and always done right. Our name, our work, our promise. We guarantee it.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability. It's about yours.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. on Fox 8 as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
So, you want to go electric. Electrify your ride in 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. 7-passenger Outlander plug-in hybrid is the way to go whether you want to save the world or just save thousands in fuel costs. With an impressive 420-mile range and ratings of 76 mpge, the Outlander plug-in hybrid is by far your best electric choice. Up to $10,499 off your new Outlander plug-in hybrid only at
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
Whether tailgating at the stadium before the game or watching from the comfort of your own home, Wise Markets has you covered. Wise Markets, the official grocer of Penn State football.
Blaze Alexander is a proud sponsor of Fox 8 News Now. With 21 locations and over 40 years experience, you can be confident you'll find the vehicle you want at the lowest price, guaranteed. From Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
Electrical, done right. Since 1947, we have always been there for our neighbors and friends. Reliable, prompt, and always done right. Our name, our work, our promise. We guarantee it.
This news segment is sponsored by Park Home. Come fall in love.
A team of ocean explorers found a sunken golden treasure, but it's not what you think, and even they can't explain it. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Deep-sea explorers were at a loss for words after discovering a mysterious golden orb on the ocean floor.
Is this some sort of encrusting sponge?
I don't know what to make of that.
Scientists aboard the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer were full of questions as they poked and prodded the bizarre iridescent specimen, which they say they found roughly 2 miles beneath the surface in the Gulf of Alaska. Video of the discovery was live streamed and later shared to NOAA's YouTube page, which has been a literal treasure trove of weird and wild underwater discoveries over the years. Scientists collected a sample of the orb for study in their lab. Not sure if it sets the gold standard for bizarre finds, but it certainly left the team searching for answers.
I don't know what to think about this.
Above the surface, an odd ocean voyage was halted before it even started. Coast Guard authorities arrested a man attempting to cross the Atlantic, he says for charity, in a giant floating hamster wheel-like vessel. Officials say this isn't the man's first attempt at the journey, but given this time he engaged in a multi-day standoff while allegedly making threats while armed with a knife, it very well may be his last attempt. Finally, beachgoers were glowing as they gathered to marvel at bright blue bioluminescent waves that lit up the nighttime surf in Southern California. Members of the Facebook group Bioluminescence in Orange County shared stunning images of the amazing natural phenomenon, which occurs when churning waves cause a chemical reaction in natural light-emitting organisms like algae blooms. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
For over 40 years, Joel Confer Toyota has provided the utmost customer service while serving local communities. Stop in today and let Corey Confer help you find your next Toyota vehicle. Good things happen in the community when you buy local. Visit our showroom at Joel Confer Toyota of State College.
Okay, Dennis. Looks like you're going to need some home oxygen service. Here are the list of providers that your insurance will cover. Which one would you like us to call?
I definitely call Dick's Home Care. They're the only local company I see on the list.
Are you sure you don't want this one?
No, Dick's Home Care. They've been here, and I trust them. Besides, why would I want my money going out of town when my family and friends work here?
As for Dick's Home Care, your local medical equipment company in Altoona since 1929.
So you're my quick coach today? How does that work?
I'm one of the people you'll work with. I'm here to answer your questions and offer strategies to help you quit based on what you need to be successful and what we know works.
How much does all of this cost?
Quitline services are free for callers, and we have lots of resources to help you. So if you're ready, we can start talking about setting a quit date.
Ready for your Quitline success story? Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW to get started.
Young American Furniture offers the best quality products in the furniture industry. We offer furniture for every room in your house, including flex steel living rooms, Amish-made bedroom furniture, dining rooms, as well as carpeting and window treatments. We always offer free delivery and setup. Young American Furniture has been family-owned and operated for over 60 years. Visit us online at youngamericanfurniture.com or at 2450 Bedford Street in Johnstown.
Joel Confer Toyota, we're more than just a full-service dealership. For over 40 years, we've provided the utmost customer service while serving our local communities. Stop in today and let Michael King help you find your next Toyota vehicle. Visit our showroom at Joel Confer Toyota of State College.
Tonight,
we remember 9/11 with the folks from the Patriot Park Foundation and a very special video compilation.
watch Fox 8 News now. Tonight, following Fox 8 News at 10. This news segment is sponsored by Courtesy Ford.
A parade went through Chattanooga, Tennessee earlier today to celebrate a local Vietnam veteran. President Joe Biden awarded Larry Taylor the Congressional Medal of Honor last week. It's for a dangerous rescue mission he completed in 1968 as a helicopter pilot. Taylor successfully rescued a 4-man team in Vietnam after they became surrounded by enemy forces. Today's event honoring Taylor included a local ROTC battalion, a Boy Scout troop, and others.
So earlier today we had full sun. We had some clouds around midday. Then it went back to almost full sun late this afternoon. It is clear and quiet out there tonight. Also a little bit less humid than what we had last week. If you're enjoying the break from the humidity, the bit of a change we've undergone, you're going to love Wednesday into early next week. Stronger cold front comes in tomorrow evening. Not much rain with the front, but a lot of cool air coming in behind it. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to have lows in the 40s and highs in the 60s and 70s. Taste of fall, big taste of fall coming in. If you like summertime, there's still more of that coming later in the month.
Okay, Tony, thank you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.
Welcome to Fox 8 News Now. Today, we remember the horrific events that took place in our wonderful country on September 11th, 2001. And the folks from Patriot Park Foundation join us to talk about the memorial at Patriot Park. We also have a special video with footage from the park to remember the lives we lost that day. But first, it's time for Table Talk. Joe, cheers to you.
Cheers.
If there's one thing that 9/11 taught us, it's how much we love our country.
Our country, the patriotism that came from following that terrible day.
If you were alive that day, if you were here on this earth, you will never forget where you were or what it felt like when you got that news.
I agree.
Where were you?
I was in college. I was a freshman in college, and I had a later class that morning. I woke up to the first plane into the tower, and then as I was getting ready, the second plane hit. It was the most eerie feeling ever. And I worked for mainline newspapers, the weekly paper, and I went to work, and it was just like the schools were all letting out, everything was closing. It was very scary. It was a scary day. I'll never forget that.
I was on the air on Wally 100, and Dick DeAndre was getting ready to leave for the day, and he opened up the door to the studio and said, "Hey, you better go down to the newsroom and watch the TV because a plane just went into the World Trade Center." And I thought, well, that's weird. And everybody thought, that's weird. Then there was a second plane, and our lives changed forever.
Absolutely, they did.
And then we felt like we were motionless for weeks. We couldn't move away from the television or the radio, wanting to understand what happened. And it was so strange that day. I had this news, and then by 10 o'clock, I was off the air, and the next guy was on, and we're still trying to figure out what happened. And I was due for a weigh-in at Weight Watchers, and I was like, what do I do? Do I go? I got in my car. It was like driving in a dream. I get there, and the woman inside had no idea what happened. She was no TV, no radio. So I had to explain it to her. And then I got in my car. I was like, why am I here? I need to go back to the radio station. And by then,
Somerset County.
Somerset. And my brother-in-law at the time worked in Somerset. So my sister's calling me, what's happening? What's happening? And it was just a horrific day for absolutely everyone in the world. Again, the only thing that I wish that we could hold on to is the love that we felt for each other and the way we were so united on that day.
And ever since, I still think back to the days and the weeks after that, and everybody wore their flags. Everybody, had their flag displayed. Everybody, was kinder. Everybody just showed a little bit more kindness whenever we went out after all of that. And yes, I hope, I hope we can remember that part of it and continue that.
We put our differences aside, and it also seemed to launch a renewal in buying things that are American made. And that's why we're having a little sip today, even on such a somber day, because this is an American made company that's been here with us.
They'll be at Uncork Happy Valley. It's Big Spring Spirits.
And we thank them.
Very good, yeah. And they're, I have the honey drop and you have the vodka lavender lemonade.
It's a lavender lemonade. So these felt like a little slice of Americana for us today.
Yeah. And it's a day that I don't think any of us, like you said, who've lived will ever be able to forget.
We will never forget it. We will never forget where we were. We will never forget what we did in those days. That was the beginning of chat rooms online. It feels like a million years ago, but I literally did not leave my living room with the TV on and chat rooms that I was immersed in talking about this ad nauseum because we couldn't let it go.
And remember, we were waiting for the president to come on that night to give an address. It was like just waiting to see what was going to be said. And then the days and weeks after, we were worried about, what's next? What is going on?
We've come a long way since then, and we will continue because we are a resilient country.
Yes.
So we have continued to thrive and prosper, and we will continue to do so. Cheers to the United States of America, my friend.
God bless America.
God bless America. We've got more coming right up on Fox 8 News Now.
The 40 passengers and crew members on board Flight 93 were the first combatants in the global war on terrorism.
Allied Milk Producers brings you back to school and fuels academic success. Milk nutrients coupled with physical activity can lead to improved academic performance, brain power, and an increase in energy. Go back to school the healthy way.
The very best in compassionate and comfortable personal care services. Think Greystone Manor with 3 locations. Call today to schedule a tour of the beautiful, affordable Greystone Manor at Belmead, Huntington, or Altoona, located on the 2nd floor of the all-new Grand Palazzo. Private, pet-friendly suites are available, 24-hour nursing care, restaurant-style dining, activities programs, on-site salons, medical services, and medication management. For more information, visit greystonecourt.com.
Homewood at Martinsburg, where retirement living is active and fulfilling, offering lifestyle options with personalized services because everyone is unique and every day should be lived to the fullest. Let us take care of maintenance needs so you have more time to explore your talents, pursue wellness, enjoy performances in our state-of-the-art cultural center, and relax with friends. You've worked hard. Now start living life your way. Homewood at Martinsburg, adding life to years.
Our Home Labor Day sale extended through Monday. Take $250 off every $1,000 you spend, plus 72-month special financing. Reclining sofa $698, 2-piece sectional $998, triple choice queen mattresses $698. Huge appliance savings. Plus, we not only price match, we guarantee the lowest prices. $250 off, plus 72-month special financing. Labor Day sale extended through Monday at Park Home, Altoona, and Johnstown.
Park Home, come fall in love.
Toyota Tacoma. The off-road legend. Built for adventure and designed for longevity. Equipped for any terrain with the guts to be unstoppable. Right now, buy a Tacoma with 3.99 APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Kick off game day with the flavor and nutrients of dairy. Be sure to include 3 servings in your lineup. Milk is packed with vitamins and nutrients and helps you score big in a healthy way. Fuel your body with milk. A message from the Allied Milk Producers.
Fox 8 News Now is sponsored by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.
Welcome back. It's our 9/11 show, and with us is Randy Musser, who is the president of the Patriot Park Foundation. Randy, it's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Yeah, especially for a day like this.
Yeah.
It's a conversation we need to continue. And Joe and I were talking a little bit earlier about how you will never forget where you were when you heard the news on that fateful day.
Yeah, that's, I was out of local area down Bedford County working, and finally I got a notice from people we were working for. It said, hey, did you hear what's going on? And we were out of the vehicle, doing some field work. And and they said, we're closing down the mine operation and sending everybody home. And so I was with my son. We packed up and headed back home, but we couldn't get in touch with anybody. And of course, Flight 93 went down right next to our house.
So it's that close to where you live?
Yeah, 1 mile from my front door.
Oh,
Yep.
so everything was right there in your backyard.
Yep. Yeah, even the one of the photos that really people see when they talk about Flight 93 with the big mushroom cloud of smoke and the sort of the red barn and White House. That's where I grew up. That's my parents' place. Wow. And so it was right in our backyard.
That's very scary, isn't it?
Yeah, my daughter, her husband was in the military at the time, stationed in Egypt, was the only one at our house, and it shook the house, knocked out the power, knocked out the phone, and she looked out the window right away and saw this big fireball up in the sky. And then, of course, that was followed by that big, once it burned out, the big smoke cloud. But yeah, it was right in our backyard.
It's horrific. Everything about that day is horrific. But we have continued on. We are a great country.
Yep.
The park is an amazing place. What's planned at the park?
Well, the Patriot Park and the fact that we honor our global war and terror veterans is really just the follow-up to what happened on 9/11. It's often said by the family members that their loved ones, the 40 passengers and crew members on board Flight 93, were the first combatants in the global war on terrorism.
That's true.
And so if you're standing at Patriot Park, you'd have seen that plane come right over your head practically. And that battle was going on within that plane, within that aircraft. And so we think, what better place to honor all those that carried on that battle, essentially, than right there within the boundaries of the Flight 93 National Memorial. And that's really what motivates us, that's a good place to make that, to honor those people. The 7,000 plus that died, lost their lives, and the tens of thousands who were severely injured, and the millions who served in the 20 years that was the global war on terrorism.
And then the families of all those people who are still mourning the loss of their loved ones.
You never, if you serve in the military, and especially in combat zones and war zones, that's with you the rest of your life, and with your family. My daughter, of course, her husband was in 10th Mountain Division and was stationed in Egypt, but then got deployed twice to Afghanistan as an infantry soldier, and it had a devastating effect on their family, and the PTSD that he suffered once he came back home, it really got the best of him for a while. Ended up in divorce, and that's all too common amongst service members and their families. It's a part of the price we pay.
It is.
And those of us who don't serve don't realize that. We don't see that. And we try to tell all the stories at Patriot Park of all the servicemen and women, and that's part of it. The effect it has on their families.
It's a huge part of it, and I thank you for what you're doing there. It's important work.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it has to be overwhelming sometimes,
Week before last, I was out at the park early in the morning and doing flag maintenance, and I saw a lady and 2 young children come in.
I'm going to have you finish this story when we come back. Okay, Randy? I want to hear the rest of this, and we're going to learn how to contribute to the park as well.
Okay, sure.
Coming up next on Fox 8 News Now.
Uncork Happy Valley, presented by Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships and Fox 8, is coming to State College Saturday, September 30th. You can get your tickets by going online to fox8tv.com. Once you're there, listen to music at the Integrity Construction Stage and place a bid at the Confer's Jewelers Silent Auction, with proceeds going to the Hope Fund of Penns Valley. Uncork Happy Valley, Saturday, September 30th. Go online and get your tickets today. Get your tickets while they last.
Stop. Don't make your next car payment. Instead, get your next vehicle now. Hi, I'm Jason Reno at Blaze Alexander Subaru of Lewistown. Right now, we're offering a 120% of KBB trade value buyback bonus, up to $2,500. Just find a vehicle you want from our huge selection, new and used, and get a 120% of KBB trade value for yours. Only at Blaze Alexander Subaru of Lewistown, just off the Burnham exit of 322, where we're always taking deals the other guys won't.
After you've been seriously injured on the job, who decides when you're better?
Who decides when your treatment is over?
Who decides when your benefits are over?
Who decides when your PT is over?
Who decides when your recovery is over?
Who decides when your suffering is over?
Insurance company doctors do. How does that make you feel?
If the answer is not great, talk to us today.
And remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Honey Baked Ham makes your game day easy and delicious with our 4 new tailgate packs. Looking for a convenient option that you'll be proud to serve your guests, treat the office, or a lovely sympathy gift? Honey Baked Ham has meat and cheese trays, boxed lunches, heat and serve sides, and dessert trays. Check out the full menu of sandwiches, soups, and salads today at Honey Baked Ham in the Pleasant Valley Shopping Center, Altoona, and South Atherton Street, State College.
Hi, sports fans. Referee Rich, inviting you to join me in the zone. I'll talk with interesting sports people from all over.
Watch The Zone, presented by Champion Roofing, Friday at noon or after Fox 8 News at 10. Meet anyone interesting lately? Join us Wednesdays on Fox 8 News Now as area people share coffee and their unique stories with Casey O'Day. Watch Coffee with Casey every Wednesday on Fox 8 News Now, presented by Green Bean Coffee House, Altoona. Submit your critter video for Casey's Critters online at fox8tv.com.
Welcome back. It's Colony Realty Group's Money Monday, and Randy Musser is back with us. He is the president of the Patriot Park Foundation. Randy, you started to tell us a story about a woman you encountered at the park.
Yes. I was, as I do often in the morning, go out and go through and, repair any damaged flags or fix any leaners or whatever needs to be done in the morning to get the park open. And this lady arrived with 2 young children in tow. And they walked over to the first storyboard, and she was standing there reading it and showing her children that were with her. And so I finished up what I was doing and then eventually worked my way over to talk to them a little bit. And as I approached, I could see there were tears, coming down her cheeks. And so I stood there a little bit and gave her a chance to compose. And I asked her, I said, I thought maybe she was a family member of someone who died in the war on terrorism. And she said not, but she said she was from Ohio. So she'd come all the way in from Ohio. And she said, I wanted to show my granddaughters that freedom isn't free. And, that's part of what we try to get people to take away from Patriot Park, that freedom isn't free. There's many, many people went and served our country and fought to keep us free and safe and didn't make it back home.
And that's why we support Patriot Park. How can people support Patriot Park?
Go to the Patriot Park Foundation website. We have a link on there that you can make a donation. And what's great is that throughout the rest of the year, we've had a very generous donor come forward and will match dollar for dollar every donation that is made between now and December 31st, up to $25,000.
That's incredible.
So yeah, I mean, you just can't believe the generosity of people. It's wonderful.
Because people still believe in our country.
Yeah, they do. And, we try to inspire everybody that visits to, one, honor those that died, remember those that died, honor all those that served, but then be inspired to be better citizens, be better people, love your neighbor, look after your government, because it is a government of the people, by the people.
And for the people.
And we got to take care of it, so.
Amen to everything that you just said, and thank you so much for all the amazing work that you're doing for that park.
Thank you.
And that you're doing for the United States of America by maintaining that park.
Right. Yeah, we hope that, over time, we're more local now, but we hope that over time the word gets out across the whole country.
Me too. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure, and we look forward to your next visit.
Very good.
Now, here's Colony Realty.
Colony Realty Group welcomes your home talks.
I have vinyl siding, thermopane windows, and you will enjoy sitting on my front porch. You will certainly appreciate my drive-through 3-car garage. Think how much it would cost to replace it. My interior needs attention, so take a look for yourself and start planning some updates.
Are you looking for privacy? Then you will love this beautiful 42 acres of land with an old farmhouse and manufactured home with a full finished basement. The land is mostly fields with some woods. Oil and gas rights are owned by the seller and transfer with the property. Come check out all this property has to offer.
You will just love my beautiful landscaped level lot. My large patio, sun deck, and fire ring has been the center of many relaxing hours. I have been completely remodeled, including my interior with hickory cabinets and wooden floors on the first level. A large 2-car garage, workshop, and greenhouse are just a few of my amenities. I am here for your viewing.
Colony Realty Group Limited, home to the 4.5% commission and the key to your new home. Colony Realty Group Limited can take the stress out of selling your home.
Our marketing plan is second to none and meets your needs.
Colony Realty Group Limited, home to the 4.5% commission and the key to your new home.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability, it's about yours.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld battery pruner. Real steel. Find yours.
Toyota Tacoma. The off-road legend. Built for adventure and designed for longevity. Equipped for any terrain with the guts to be unstoppable. Right now, buy a Tacoma with 3.99 APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Onyx is one of the oldest, most trusted jewelry companies in the United States today.
Reputation is everything in our business.
We're a diamond store. We've sold more diamonds than any jeweler in central Pennsylvania. There's a reason for that.
Uncompromised customer service. Everyone on our staff will just bend over backward to make a customer happy. My brother and I are a great combination in the business.
Everybody who walks in the door has a different budget, a different idea, and we have to work with them to try to find the thing that
Make her say
special.
yes. Make her say yes.
Colony Realty Group Limited can take the stress out of selling your home.
Our marketing plan is second to none and meets your needs.
Colony Realty Group Limited, home to the 4.5% commission and the key to your new home.
Money Monday is sponsored by Colony Realty Group.
And now we take you to Patriot Park with a special 9/11 video compilation done by our director, Tom Concannon. That's just about all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us and for reflecting with us. 9/11 will always be with us, but we will also continue to be stronger together. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.
Closed captioning for Fox 8 News Now is brought to you by show sponsor Blaze Alexander Family Dealerships.